There we go. We are on.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
So
Hmm.
Amy's the only one recording right now.
No, I allowed you to record too. You should be recording as well.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I pushed an okay.
So welcome everybody. We're trying to figure out the Zoom thing yet again. I am Amy from Mimi Stitchery.
I'm Tina at Tina Stitches.
And I'm Gail from Gail's Golden Needle.
And every quarter, right? We like to try
Roughly.
to do a joint floss tube. Full disclosure, this almost did not happen today. I have a whole family that converged in my house, so you're going to hear bumps through this. I'm just saying.
My
Oh, well,
husband's doing siding, so you might hear some thumps.
it's life. That's
They
what we're
all
trying
came
to say.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
gosh.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
I don't have as much to show, so one of you can go first.
I think we should start with Gail on her FFOs, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So I
So
have
let's do this first. What is today? Sunday, October 27th. So this for me will be my floss tube this month.
same here, pretty
Okay.
much.
And Tina's
Mhm.
way regular at putting up
I
floss.
know.
So
Much right. She's very regular. Yes.
we're
An
good.
earlier update than I usually would do.
Yeah. So for all of you that watch us, thanks for coming back. Any new people, boy, did you pick a day to join.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
and we're gonna start with Gail because she has more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I have fully finishes, but they're downstairs hanging up on the window.
That's okay. I've seen them.
Yeah. So the first thing I have is from the Primitive Hair Season Summer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I did Sea Hag Coffee,
Oh, yeah.
and I framed it, but I'm not real happy with the frame. I've got to paint the frame. I just haven't painted the frame yet. I just want to make sure that it would fit in here. So this is what I did.
Mm-hmm.
In order
Nice.
to make it fit in this frame I had, I put in, normally the linen has that
Mm-hmm.
ship.
Printed.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a ship.
Nice.
Nice.
What color are
You
you
did
painting?
very well.
I think I'm going to paint it a blacky green, like maybe a real deep hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have there. And I don't think I did any other changes on there. Or maybe I did. I did change some of the colors. I used pelican gray, charcoal, graphite, and charcoal. So yeah, I think I did change up. Yeah, but I like it. I think it turned out really good.
Good.
Okay, the other fully finish I have, I don't think I've shown this. I'm pretty sure I haven't shown this. Is Satsuma Street Calling Birds.
Mm.
Remember this one? So this is my little ornament.
Oh,
Oh, that's cute.
that is cute.
And I did order, and I'm working on, you'll see one whip, and then I ordered two more because they were on sale from 123 Stitch. They were supposed to be here Wednesday or Thursday, and it's still not here.
Mm.
I don't
Are
know
those
what it is
buttons
about.
for the center? Are those buttons?
No, those are sequins with a bead.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I was gonna ask the same thing. Do you look like
Yeah.
I know. So she likes to use, she does do a lot of with sequins
Right.
and a seed bead in the middle to secure it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that looks cute.
yeah, I really like that. I really like that. It's really cute. So
It must be a run on their stuff in 123 Stitch because I went on right after you said that to try to order a couple of them, and a lot of them are out of stock now.
mhm. They were
So-
on sale, and it's like this is a perfect time to put them on sale because it's Christmas.
Mhm.
Almost.
I'm
know.
kind of
Oh,
curious as to
yeah.
what she comes out with for Jingle Ball.
I'm hoping that she continues this series because I did finish getting it all. So now I will have the four up to the four calling birds. So it's like, come on, where's 5 golden rings and the others.
Yeah, I think I might have to order some of her stuff because after I got done with my Mill Hill, remember my lamenting over the perforated paper. Remember, I hated it.
Mhm.
Well, then Lori sent me that magnetic frame, which made it so much easier, and I whipped right through
Yeah.
that Mill Hill.
It's a game changer.
I would
Yeah.
Well,
so do ornaments on it now.
I never did perforated paper until I got one. You know, I got this and then, you know, she sent one to me also. And I was like, oh my gosh, how
Yeah,
could anybody have done this without this?
it really is a game changer, especially if you two-hand stitch, because you can put that in a stand and you can still two-hand stitch.
Right.
Well, it's just
Nice.
comfortable to hold. It's like a hoop or a
Yeah.
Q snap in a way, a little bit more like a Q snap, but it's lightweight.
Mhm.
It's not heavy in my hand. It's easy to put away. It doesn't bend. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
like the idea of the kits, when you have everything in there to do it. I really do like those.
I do too.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I would love to maybe have done some more of these, but I would have to really look to, I think it would be easy to source the beads. I guess I could source the sequins. I just have to go and look, I'm sure that they have sequins at Michael's. I haven't looked for sequins in decades. I mean, so I don't know. Are there still sequins out there?
There's got to be
There's
somewhere.
got to be somewhere.
It's got to be in with the beads, I think.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Well, since you have more to show, do you want to start off on your whips? Almost
Oh, okay.
round and
Want me
round.
to start on my whips. Okay. So in that realm and showing this, I got the French hen.
Nice.
So, and this is where I'm at with the French hen. And now you can see the little frame, the magnet frame. So that's where I'm at.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. And like I said, it's so nice having this in there.
Mhm.
I add an extra magnet for my needle because
Mm,
sometimes I will park it under here.
mhm. That's a
If
good
I'm-
idea.
Yeah, I park it under there so that especially if I have a thread and I haven't finished, I will park it under there rather than, I mean, it will hold when you're stitching these magnets,
Right.
but putting it in and out of a
It's not a strong
project bag
hold.
or something, yeah. So
Yeah.
this way, when I park it under there, it's fine.
Yeah, I totally get it.
So that's that one. And then I also got, looking on the perforated,
Mhm.
Can you
This
guys
is-
hear my dog barking?
no,
Okay,
No.
good.
oh, I don't know, here's the picture. The picture's so tiny. So then I got the Mill Hill with the pickle.
Ah, yeah.
And I'm going to make several of these for Christmas gifts.
Mm.
So I've got the stitching done.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
the little Kreinik. And so, but I think I switched, well, I think I used what they have, but I did source out some more of the beads and the little star that goes on there to make more.
Mm.
Right.
Tina, have you done Mill Hill ornaments?
Yes.
I'm trying to think of who I've seen recently that did Mill Hill ornaments, and I didn't remember if it was you or.
No, I haven't done one recently.
Hmm.
No. Um,
Hmm.
the last time I did one was so long ago, and I don't even know where it is right now.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about ordering some of the Mill Hill ornaments too, because I could like some of them.
Yeah.
Mhm. I do too.
Yeah, so I was thinking about that.
Between Mill Hill and Satsuma Street, there's a lot of those that I would like to do.
Yeah, and I still have those Annie B stockings, and the whole reason I haven't started them because I think I might want to do them on perforated paper, and I haven't been able to. I haven't taken the time to get the perforated paper, so
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah.
I think those would work well on perforated paper.
I do too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do too. Okay, who wants to show a whip?
I can.
Okay.
It's not going to look that much different. Still a whip. Still doing all the beads.
All the
All the
beads.
beads.
And I don't have enough.
Did you order more? You ordered more, right?
I can't find them.
What?
They don't stock them anymore. I tried 2 stores and they just don't have them listed. I think 123 says notify me when available. So like, I
Okay.
guess maybe I could do that. But Lynn, one of my viewers had suggested that I add gold beads in instead. And it's like, well, I have all of this already beaded. It's just up here that needs this half, and this tree is the bulk of it. So if I add gold beads, I'm gonna have to go back and just splash some in somewhere else too. So
And did you
that's
try
an
Stony
option.
Creek?
No, I didn't try Stony Creek.
That's where I
Right.
sourced some of these other beads. I went to Stony Creek.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I might, or I might see my Mill Hill kits, see if there's some just in there, but I don't know if there are. So that's where it's at. Just very, very close.
That
I've just been doing like a strand at night and then going to my other project to
Oh, okay.
give it a break.
that looks really good.
It does. I really like that one. And when I finish this,
Make sure you have enough beads,
yes, I will.
at
Like
least
how
5
many
packages.
packs have you gone through so far?
I had bought 3 packs. I think
Okay.
that's what it says to buy. And I had a part pack and somebody sent me a part pack. So in total, I had at least 4 packs, and
Right.
that's not enough.
So you think to be safe, go double, get 6 packs?
At least 5, yeah.
Okay.
And that's Cranberry and Pines by Rosewood Manor.
Right.
That's that one.
I love that stocking.
I
I
do
think
too.
if we weren't coming off all the trees, I might
know.
consider that. But the fact that that's speaking of all the trees, since she just
Yeah,
that
that's mine up next too.
way into all the trees. So for those of you that are new here or just haven't seen us in a long time, Gail and I are stitching And a Forest Grew by Rosewood Manor, and we are affectionately call these all the freaking trees, right?
Yes.
And this was the project that we decided together to split into 12 parts,
Mm-hmm.
right? And try to get it done this year.
Yes.
Do you have November or do you have October done?
I can't remember.
Because I view this as like a little competition here.
No. I haven't done any more than the last time I think you saw it.
It's what keeps me going, Gail.
I don't know.
That's
I still
clear.
have some more in here, I think, to do. Yeah. Some more of those little things. Yeah. She's showing the whole thing. I've got this so wrapped up and tight.
Right.
But this is the section that you're looking at right here.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're
Very
about the
close.
same.
About the same.
Yeah.
I
But
think
this
I see one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have all that bottom part done as well.
Yeah.
That was another section we did another month.
Yeah.
So I think we are about the same.
I think we are.
There's no beads on that one though.
No. Thankfully so. I am sorry, my phone keeps going off. Can you guys see that?
No.
No.
I was working on it last weekend and I totally burned out on it. And I just switched to something else completely. I put it away. I put it back in its bag and put it away. And what I was hoping for was to not just give up at this stage because we only have 2 more parts
Yeah.
after this in that center. And this
got that
is easy
center.
peasy pumpkin squeezy because for me, because I've already picked what I'm stitching on there and it's lettering, so it'll go by really fast. But I was really concerned that I was going to completely burn out and not complete. But then I picked it up this morning and went to town on it. So I'm
going
good.
to work on it. I think I'm going back to that plan that I've had before where during the week on work days, I work on it. But on my days off and weekends, I can work on whatever I want.
Yeah.
So you're treating it like work.
Well, yeah,
Yes, homework.
homework.
Homework. Yeah, I have 2 pieces this year that I want to have done, and I kind of had divided them up. This one I've stuck with the sections, the other one I have not stuck with the sections, but I'm still targeting to have it done by the end of the year. So I've been basically flip-flopping between that and Autumn Town, which is the other one I selected to
Mhm.
make sure I have finished this year. So we'll see. Should I show that one, I guess, now that I'm talking?
Yeah, show that
Sure.
one.
So Autumn Town is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Let me see if I have I don't know if I have the printout or not. Yep, I do. Shocker. It's a mess. But this is it finished.
Mhm.
I'm stitching it on 36 count Valor by Picture This Plus.
And is that the call for?
That is not. I think
Okay.
Heritage is what's called for.
Okay.
I had Valor. This was back, I started this back when supplies were an issue.
Right.
And so I had Valor. I started on Valor, and it's not called for threads, it's stash dive. Complete stash dive. I think,
Oh, I like it though. Ooh, that's pretty.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really like it. Some of these are farmhouse flossies. Have you guys heard of her floss?
No.
Heard. Yeah. Mhm.
I got some of her floss, like this yellow right here is called Harvest Time
Pretty.
from her, and there's a couple flosses in here from her. There's a silk from Be Stitch Me in here. And
Good.
I think I'm sitting at right around 60%. Which is behind schedule, I know, but I'm still focusing on it. It's a lot of fill-in.
Yeah.
So
It's a
what
lot
I'll
of
do,
block stitching.
yeah, so I'll go in and just outline a bunch of stuff and then spend
Mhm.
the whole Zoom or my lunch hour or something just filling in, and
Right.
Right.
it's just staying on the burner. I still want to get it finished this year.
Well, I think it's beautiful, and I love that you did your stash dive and you're using up that floss. I
Thank
think
you.
that's great.
And I like how it's coming out. I
It's
really
beautiful.
do like it. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time you don't have to go buy all the called for colors.
you
Mm-mm.
don't, you don't.
After you do that for a while, you have a supply that you can pick from and just personalize
Yes.
it.
Yeah,
And
and
I've done that. I've been stash diving over into some of my over dyes.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning when I used to do that, I would pull the DMC if I had it and then compare it to my
Right.
overdye.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm finding that I just use the picture. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I just
Mm-hmm.
picture, and because if I've gotten the pattern, chances are it's because I like how it looks on that picture,
Right.
which I find sometimes is not the way it looks when you use the call for floss anyway.
Right.
Right. Because
So
of dye lots too.
yeah. So I really like stash diving and using what I have. I think well, why have a stash if you don't use it? Like,
Right.
Yeah. And then you have to look for that pattern that uses those colors again, and
yeah.
you might
Yeah.
not find it.
Yeah, I have been itching for a new start lately, but trying to get past it.
Well, speaking of stash diving,
Mm,
that's what I did for Halloween Town.
That's right.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not get it finished, but it's getting there.
Look at
Oh, it looks great.
that.
That looks awesome. Look at those colors.
I know. I'm looking at that boo and everything. It's just so great.
Yeah.
Colors are,
And again, this is all just from matching up
Mm-hmm.
what I see on the picture to what I have in my stash. And then I thought I had written down the symbols on the tags,
Mm-hmm.
but I must have messed them up because I wrote a square on this one,
Mm.
and it is supposed to actually be a dark orange according to the picture, but whatever.
it looks good.
It looks good. So you got a yellow house. I love it.
I'll just
I
make the
like
next
that
one a
you have
dark
that yellow
orange.
house in there. It adds, it's like this very colored way going. I like it.
I
Yeah.
do.
So yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
got a couple days. I might have it finished by Halloween, not actually fully finished.
Mm.
Yeah. Sewing machine part came in, but that
Oh,
didn't
good.
fix it.
Okay.
That didn't fix it.
No, but I did find out what the problem was.
Oh, well,
Oh.
that's good. That's progress.
So I had to order another part.
So now what? You got that as a spare part in case it goes out?
Yeah,
Isn't that
that's
the
fine.
bad?
It wasn't a really expensive part, so
Okay.
it was like, but I found that the bobbin casing in the drop down part
Mhm.
is plastic, and the needle hit the part of the plastic and made a notch in it forward, and that's what was catching on the thread and making the bobbin jump.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I
That
get
must
So
what
I
you're
just
saying.
ordered, yeah, I just ordered another one of those, and if that doesn't fix it, then I'm buying a new machine.
Yeah. Good excuse.
I think it's perfectly acceptable excuse.
I
Right?
do too. Why be frustrated with it? Just move on, buy another one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
it's
Life's
too
too
bad because
short for
it's a
that crap.
pretty machine too.
Oh, that's right. That Juki
No, this one here, the
black one. Oh,
Singer 160 anniversary.
yeah, it is a pretty one.
Does anybody else have Halloween stitching on the go?
Yes.
Yeah,
let's
what is
do
it?
that first.
They did pull this out. You guys have helped me figure out. Oh,
Yeah. Are you liking it better now that you've done that? You've gone over that?
yes. Let's just have to go over the others now.
Yeah.
So this is Halloween Quaker. Amy has hers finished.
Yeah. It's
by
actually
Layla
right
Studio.
there. You can see it hanging right there.
Oh, yeah.
Hanging right there.
So I've got threads sitting here.
Remind me to tell you something about mine in a minute.
Okay. I got this sitting here. So I did do some conversions on mine, but here, oh, I gotta see where I'm at. You can see, here I am. So this is what I had to go over because the smoke was too light on my fabric.
It disappeared.
It disappeared.
It looks good now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you could see, if you can't see the other areas, but it does. I went over it with Fathom.
Mhm.
Fathom 1.5 press over it, and you can see it better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So then, and I don't have some of the called for, so this gray down here, I don't know, it's some other overdyed, and I don't have it. So,
Yeah,
but this is
But it still
Raven, and
works.
so there's some. Again, it was like sourcing it out at that time. You know, when
when
it
we
came
started
out.
those, it was a crapshoot what you could get and what you couldn't get.
Exactly.
This is
But
what
I am stitching it on 16 count barnwood. I like that. I love this barnwood, but you know, I went really dark, so
Mm-hmm.
it is a little bit harder for some of the things to show up, but I figured it all out.
it
So
still looks really good.
And you also made a mistake, but we don't know that it's a mistake only because, well, we know because you told us, but that one color is not the called
Yeah.
for color.
at
But
all.
nobody knows where it is.
Right. So, and then I decided, well, I'm just gonna go with that mistake color
Mm-hmm. Yep.
on some of the other things. I mean,
Yep.
this is like the colors keep changing,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it.
but
You
it's
personalize it.
working. It's working. So
Yeah.
it's all working out now. Yeah, I do like this one. This one is fun. So that's my Halloween. Has anybody else got a Halloween thingy?
No, I just want to say that I decided what to do with my Halloween Quaker this morning in the wee morning hours when I was up and couldn't sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take some of my Halloween quilting fabric and, well, I'm going to iron fusible on it first and lock everything in, but I'm just going to make it a flat, like not a hard flat, just a soft flat that I can roll up at the end of the season. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I have quilt hangers up in my living room and I can add it to the quilt hanger and
Mhm.
just hang it there.
Right.
And I think that's what I'm going to do with some of mine. I like to call, and I've done some that quilts that are door hangers. So it's door quilts. So
Right.
they're long or whatever. Some of them are maybe a little bit square that I change out in the season, like to the
Mhm.
door in the kitchen going to the basement. So I agree with that. I think on
Yeah.
some of these seasonal ones, that's what I'm going to be doing also.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think
have
it's
a
easier for
little,
storage and lots of other things.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tina.
yeah. So I have a little story about cross stitch that my mother did some cross stitch when I was a child, and it was actually just like Sunbonnet Sue type things on gingham squares, and she turned them into a little quilt, and we had that for our curtain. Instead of a
Oh,
curtain, we had
yeah,
this quilt that she had done these squares on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that's
The
a
only
good
time she ever cross stitched, as far as I know.
Yeah, I think that more and more of mine, especially the seasonals and the large ones, just because I will run out of wall real estate before I'll ever get them all up on the wall. I think having things like that I can move around and put in certain places and
Mm-hmm.
not have
It's easy
them
to
so
store.
rigid, yeah, to store, I think is better.
I
So
do too. I
Yeah.
do too.
I'm leaning more towards that, and I'm thinking about converting some of the ones that I framed to that kind of method because it just makes it, and leaving the framing for the things that are going to stay up all the time.
Well,
Right.
I could show you like the picture of the one that I'd made all the ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I decided to do, was not make it the whole cross stitch.
Mm-hmm.
I took each motif, there's 9 motifs,
Mm-hmm.
and I made them
Right.
into small rounds as ornaments on perforated paper. And
Yeah.
I had them hanging on a greenery valance
Mm-hmm.
for Halloween.
Right.
And it really does, it looks nice. It
Mm-hmm.
really looks nice.
Yeah, it does.
Upstairs. Mm-hmm.
It does. Who wants to show another whip? Do you want me to?
Go ahead, Gail.
To me?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay. So in our last combined one, I was talking about Visit the Wall.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I
Your
remember.
And I
first
had
full
worked
coverage.
on it for that June because
Notice
House of
Tina and I
Dragon.
always smile really big when we see you working on full coverage. Because we brought
Not
you
the
to
one
the
I was
factory.
hoping to see, but yeah.
I know I haven't gotten back to that one yet. But so this is where I'm at.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. I feel
There's
like
actually
a lot
some
of
of that white is filled in. You just can't see it, but it is filled in.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So I got that some of that done since the last time. And this will probably, I think, you know how we talk about a snow day stitch?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think I might use this one as a snow day stitch.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And see if I can't get it done.
Yeah, I
Closer.
had some ideas for my snow day stitch too, but
Well, they're talking about predicting that we might have 45 inches of snow this year.
oh wow.
Yeah, wow.
Mine needs a little pre-work if it's going to be a snow day stitch, so I have to figure that out.
Okay. And they also generally in Chicago, like we're gonna have, it'll be 80 on Tuesday, but we'll probably have snow on Halloween.
Well, you know,
That's Chicago.
Tina doesn't feel bad for us because she's
No,
up in the tundra to begin with.
I don't think we're supposed to get that much snow.
really?
We are being told that we're going to have another mild winter.
Yeah, that's what we're told too.
We
Yeah.
were told, now maybe it's because once it hits the lake, it
Yeah.
stops. I don't know, but everybody was talking, we heard predictions of 45 inches in Chicago.
Our lakes never froze last year, and we also didn't get a lot of lake effect. I mean, some areas got some lake effect, but really overall, much less than ever last year.
I don't even think I really shoveled last year. We didn't even shovel. We just let it melt.
Yeah, that's
we
pretty
did.
much how it was here too. I know there
Mhm.
are people who do a lot of outdoor activities such as skidooing and stuff. They were quite upset because they couldn't even get their skidoos out. It would just
Mhm.
rip
Yeah,
the tracks.
yeah,
Mhm.
I can
And I
relate.
think this year people are going to be waiting to buy their trail permit to see if it's even
Okay.
worth spending the $30 or what. I don't know how much it is for a permit, but
So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
this is just, they're not going out.
We shall see. But
So
I have
let's see the
planned
photo.
that for, I think, my snow day stitch.
So we'll
So
get a lot or a little. Depends on the weather.
Right.
yeah, so you're gonna laugh at my snow day stitch plans, and they're not even locked in yet, but it was an idea I had that I thought, mm,
I
yeah.
like your ideas.
Well, let me know. So stitching shelf, right? You know how you have a shelf for every season?
Right.
If I worked my way down to the winter shelf, just enough stitches to get me to the winter shelf,
Mm-hmm.
and then make that my snow day stitch. Is stitch
Oh,
across the winter shelf.
yeah.
Because I feel like my full coverage does not get a lot of work right now because I'm concentrating on other stuff. But
How
then,
much stitching do you need to do to get down that far?
well, I'm at the top shelf. I'm partially into the second shelf now, and it would not be a ton. I just have
Okay.
to stitch enough to count down. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Pick a brook and fill it in.
yeah, just to get me down there.
Okay.
Um, so I might have to start working on that and make that happen.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Because I like the idea of working on the shelf in season like Tina does.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of stitching shelf, Tina, I'm sure you have it to show, correct?
You
I
have
don't
it
have the
to
winter part visible because I am working on spring.
spring.
So I've been working in this area here, trying to get her finished down to the shelf.
Looks
And I
good.
had so many parked threads here for the last week and a half. All I've been doing is bringing them over. And this
Okay.
is all that's left of all those parked threads now. So
Mhm.
now I can go back in and start filling in
Mhm.
the way I like to do it. I
that
will
key?
from the farthest over,
Oh, that's your needle.
bring it as far over as I can.
I was looking at the key thinking it was stitched, but that's your needle minder.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
It looks good. It looks great.
It looks great.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that I was at her head when I had put it away until I picked it up and I started stitching and I'm like, oh, she's right there.
Yeah, I think this afternoon I'm working on my stitching shelf to start that plan and work it down.
Okay.
And that way each season I can do what you do, Tina, and I can just stitch on that
The
season
season.
shelf. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
yeah.
I started this with Kim and Carolyn Zook.
Have they been working on it?
I don't think they've touched it at all. I think they started it and then abandoned.
I
I
really
told Kim that I think that she should just go to the very end of that and then just do that strip down because they line up nicely as just four, just to get a feel for it because I knew it was going to be quite a big project for somebody who's not used to doing that size
Yeah.
full coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she got the paper copy too,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I did work on one of my full coverage this last, I don't know, couple months. I was working on bonded in the
Mm,
rain.
Oh,
that's
nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Artwork
So many
by
colors.
artwork by Leonid Afromov, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth. And you have to excuse all the threads because I'm parking. So I got sick of all the threads. So I too have been working on working all of these threads in, kind of trying to go on some sort of diagonal just because the back was starting to get a little not strict on a diagonal, just kind of trying to work in some sort of method because there's parts of the back that are getting kind of really
Dense.
gnarly with me going all over the
Oh.
place. Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to do it in some sort of systemic fashion. So I've been trying to work in this group of threads. Now I have this group, I have another group here, and there's another group folded up in here. So I really would like to just keep working at getting these threads worked in. But you can see some of the color changes. That's kind of a dark corner.
Yeah, it's pretty
Mhm.
dark. Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
see some of it.
but I've got, let me see if I can get this off. My hands have been bothering me. I don't know about you people, but this
Now,
is,
I have a question for you. This is regarding Q snaps.
yeah,
Do you use a stand for your Q snaps?
I do. I put it in my Lowry stand.
You just with the clamp?
Yep, I
Okay.
use a piece of, okay. I use a piece of that non-slip stuff you can put under rugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Okay.
hold it over the edge of the Q snap and the clamp works just fine.
Okay.
Okay. I have some of those.
I used to have a Q snap corner, the corner clamp
Mm-hmm.
when I had my last Lowry, and then I had a fit and sold it all and all that stuff. And then I decided I want a Lowry again, so I bought a Lowry again. And I'm not selling this one ever. That was a mistake. But I would love to have another corner clamp. I just can't find it cost effective. I do think the corner clamps works better,
Okay.
Okay.
but the standard clamp does work.
Okay.
I
Because
don't
my
have,
sister was asking me, and I don't actually use a stand for my Q snaps.
Mm,
So
yeah, I
she
do.
will do some research.
Yeah, so but I find the side clamp works just fine.
And I
Okay.
know what you're talking about because I have a piece of, like you said, that rubbery kind of stuff
Mhm.
under my foot pedal for my machine, so it doesn't slide away from me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
same. I
Yeah.
have,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, and this will come off now and stitching shelf will go on. So,
Okay.
but I'm not taking this one off the Q snap. I am just keeping them on their snaps and kind of just pulling them out of the bin as I work on them.
Okay.
I was just thinking there's I have an adapter for what is it, a large frame Lowry adapter? That would probably fit a Q snap in it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I like two-handed stitching on my full coverage, so
Mm.
yeah.
So do I. I have my feet up and it's
Just
propped on
prop
my
it.
knees.
Yeah, I do that too. If I feel like sitting in the recliner, I will do that because I won't
Yeah.
move Lowry from my stitching chair to the couch. Do you know what I mean? I've been known to
Mm.
sit there and prop my Q snap right on my belly, really, and my knees
Yeah.
up, and then just sit there and yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite comfortable. Works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when I'm up here, stitching shelves leaning on the desk
Mhm.
and my belly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have the desk or my
that's
work
what you do
table.
too, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll stitch wherever. I don't care. I'm not
Particular.
no, I'm not. As long as it's comfortable and I'm not having
Mhm.
now the only problem that I've run into with the Lowry, and this is why I end up selling it, with the first one I had, was my job. So lifting patients sometimes will irritate my shoulders.
Mhm.
And in that regard, handling the Lowry, do you know what I mean? Where you've got your arms up, like if I'm on the top of a Q snap or if I am somewhere that's awkward position wise,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that will burn my shoulders. Like I
Yes.
can't. But I think I have figured out how to get around that and
Moving the stitching closer to the
just
bottom.
move. I have a definite sweet spot for my stitching and I just do what I need to do to get it there. So I've started to sew fabric like on the top of a piece so that I can move it down. And I
Oh, yeah.
definitely have a sweet spot when it comes to,
Yeah.
yeah. But like I said, that's not always an issue. I just happened to go through a period last year where I had injured my shoulder lifting a patient, and it just took a long time to not be irritated by that stuff.
Mhm. Mhm.
I got frustrated and sold Lowry, but yeah. But I really do like two-handed stitching an awful lot.
Yeah. I
It's
do too.
faster. It's
I
fast.
tried the sewing method, but I just don't do very
Okay.
well.
I can't do it either.
I-
I'm
Hand,
I do the
Dab
handling
and
all
pull,
that
dab and
fabric
pull.
is too
Yeah,
much
dab and
for
pull.
me.
Mhm.
So for me, I don't do the sewing method. If I'm not two-handed stitching, it's kind of weird what I do. I think we've talked about it before, but I'll hold it in a hoop, like all the trees I have in like a hoop, like an 8-inch hoop.
Mhm.
And because I sit in the recliner and stitch on that. And I will poke the needle down and take it through just enough so I can turn it around and bring it up to the next
Right.
stitch and then just pull the whole thing through.
Right.
I do that a lot. I do shred thread a lot like that. I just understand that that's part of it. That's the friction and that's going to happen.
Mhm.
Not so much that I don't stitch that way, but every once in a while I'll get a thread that just doesn't like that and type of stitching. But I do that an awful lot. Like I feel like if I'm in a smaller hoop, that's generally how I'm stitching.
Yeah. If I'm two-handed stitching, I will put the needle down and I will turn it around and bring it up. And then when I'm bringing it up, I kind of hold this down a little bit so that it's going straight down and then over and then up and then I pull
Oh,
it
there
up.
you go.
Oh, so you're almost
Yeah.
making like a laying tool
Yeah,
underneath.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
Your
that's a good
finger as a laying tool.
yeah, that's a
Well,
good
I
Yeah.
kind of do that with my, stab and pull, that
idea.
yeah.
this, like you said, the underneath, I'm feeling it. So kind of like hand quilting in a way.
Yeah, because I find if I pull it all the way down and then I back up and I come up and then that whole length of thread down there is going to get all tangled. So
Yeah, it
that's
starts
why,
twisting and it knots itself. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Find that too. Like if I'm doing complete poke and stab, I find that it knots up way more than if I just put it down, turn it around, bring it back up, and pull it up.
And I will
yeah.
pull it like through my fingers and make sure.
Mhm.
So yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree. Who has another
Okay.
whip? I have more whips.
I have about 3 more.
I have 3 more as well.
I only have one more, so you guys go ahead.
All right. Who wants to go?
I'll go real quick. So this is because we talked about, but I haven't done much more on it other than some fill in. Oh, but I think the last time you all saw it, I didn't have the furrow in. But this is my fungi
Oh,
book.
yeah.
So this is what I was talking about. That remember we were talking about. I was not going to do quarter stitches on
Right.
this Ada, even though this is a pretty soft Ada. So I don't know if we can get in there really close and you can kind of see the froggy. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like a frog, but
That's fine.
He looks fine. Yeah.
Yep. So there's mine. I just have some more fill in to do. Like you said,
Yeah.
every now and then I will pick this up and maybe put in a length, to fill in. I have not even started on any of the pages.
So
I
since
only
you
did the
showed
first
that,
page.
yeah, I finished. This was one of my whips. I finished the first page
Okay.
and I started the second.
Those mushrooms are cute.
Wow.
Those are cute. Mm-hmm.
But
I
I
need
have
to get,
I
done
need
it.
to pick mine up again.
I just need to get the fabric and I need to grid it, base grid the pages, and I just haven't sat down to do that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't worked on it in a while. I brought it out and was working on it for Mushroom Mondays or something like that. And then I got out of that. I just need to stop planning crap like that because it doesn't work for me.
It'll work till it works. Does it work? That's
I'm much better just picking up what I feel like and I get way more done that way.
Sweet wee.
I don't know.
Yeah, it just is what it is. As much as I want my brain to work differently, it does not. So
Well, I sent you
I
guys
know. I have
another thing I
have
found.
problems doing, stitching what I'm told to stitch on. So
well, and it's funny you say that because I was watching Jessie does stuff, right? And she was talking about Whipco. I said, "Oh, I miss Whipco. I should do Whipco next year." And I'm like, "No, what are you talking about? No, we're not doing Whipco."
Amy, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to do Whipco.
and just because you said that she's gonna do Whipco.
I know.
No.
Two times now we've tried it.
Yeah,
and
we've tried it. And one year I had 2 Whipco boards. I'm not sure who thought that was a good idea, but
You did.
that was not a good idea.
But what kind of goals did you put on there?
I just had so many days.
Yeah.
The second time I did it, I only had so many days, and I had a regular Whipco board, and then I had my full coverage Whipco board. Which
And we did it with seasons. I kind of said, okay, it
we
would be a
did,
Halloween, a
like
Christmas,
Christmas,
winter.
Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, Halloween, fall. So it kind of gave me that I could pick whatever I have
Yeah.
that was it fell into that category, and it wasn't a
Right.
specific one to say you got to do Halloween Quaker now. Well, if I don't want to do Halloween Quaker, but I want to do something else,
Yeah,
that's
and it was,
fall or Halloween, I'll do
and
that.
I really don't understand why it doesn't work for me, to be honest, because I lined those boards up to go along with how I was stitching at the time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
it,
goals.
yeah, like it was 3 days, do you know what I mean, on something, which is generally how long I like to sit with something before I move on to something
Right.
else.
Me
It
too,
still
yeah.
is. But it just the minute you put a name to it or it's a requirement, my brain just does something with that that's not good. You know, it just does not like it, and it becomes like, probably gonna lose a lot of viewers now. It becomes that I don't want to do it that way. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and then I don't stitch at all. And that's what was happening.
Well, I
Right.
think in that one little thing I sent you guys about having multiple projects and everything, that it's okay because you should be able to pick up and work on whatever you are feeling at the time and
Yes.
whatever the flow is for you at the time, whatever your creativity is saying at the time.
Oh, yeah.
It shouldn't be like if I feel like, oh, I want to work on this because it's got some bright colors and I just want to do some bright colors. No, you got to do this one, this one,
Yeah.
so.
And it's so weird how my brain works, because I really have enjoyed having those project goals for like those 2 I want to get done this year. Like, let's just pick it up and make it homework and get it done.
Right.
That has worked well
Right.
for me for
Yeah.
those 2 pieces. And I think I don't remember, we did one did we do one last year where we chunked it up into, well, it worked well with modern folk embroidery. We did that one.
We did the series. We did that
We did
series.
the series, but
Cottage
we
Garden
fizzled
Sampling.
out of that, and it ended up taking us like, we're still not done with it. It's like 3 years later.
But I have that to show with.
But you know what I mean? It's just something in my brain, I think, and I'm starting to try to just, like I talk to you guys about it all the time, trying to honor how my brain works and how it, and just my job is very regimented. You know, I'm a nurse. It's just very regimented. And when I come home and craft, I just want to play. And I don't want somebody to
Right.
tell me what I need to work on, or I don't want to feel bad because I'm not working on something.
Right.
You know, it's like when I talk about all the trees, I wasn't concerned that I wouldn't finish it this year. What I was concerned with is I burnt myself out on it, that it would sit in a crate for a year before I went back. That was my concern, right? And so I don't want to do that. I
Yeah.
want to love all my projects. And that's why I took it off it was on a hoop and it was all bunched up. And I took it off to look at it, because when
Yep.
you look at it, it's
That's
just
what I did. I
pretty
put
piece.
this one on that scroll rod. And I
Yeah,
was, okay, let me put it on the scroll rod.
you can see it.
You can see it. I agree.
It's like your stocking, Tina. It's absolutely beautiful, all those trees. And to see it like that, it just kind of
Yeah.
spurs you forward to
Yes.
get it done. So yeah.
I
So
just gotta beat it.
but I still, say that would kind of neat to do that. And then I'm like, no, you're not doing that. Don't do that. Do that to yourself. Like,
It's only
Here,
9
speaking of the
pages.
series, let me show the series of Cottage Garden Samplings. So I worked, I think since the last time we filmed, I had started this. And so, but I haven't done much on it, but this is where I'm at. So this is,
Wow.
oh, he is
Yeah.
cute.
and I would like to work on him a little bit because it is fall. So I figured next month for sure, I'm probably going to get back to him and just do whatever I can.
I'm going to
That's
stitch
the only
whatever.
one that I have.
Yeah. I'm going to stitch on whatever I feel like next month. Just full disclosure.
Well, that's how I feel about December, because that becomes really busy for me. It starts to get crazy, even at work, because we get even more shorthanded because everybody's taking time off.
Yeah.
Well, and I get into gifting season, like I make gifts a lot,
Right.
so I'm getting into that now. So what I was showing Gail when you popped on, Tina, was we're doing that ornament exchange, and I want to do that. I need to start those probably today, those little things, and so I can get them done, but we'll see. I may not have time today. It may have to wait till this week, but this week it's got to get on the docket.
And I worked on that mine since Wednesday because I want to get it done. And I'm like, I just want to get it done. Wednesday, I will probably fully finishing because I got to go and get some beads. But yeah. And there is some things, like I did the Halloween ornaments this summer, August, because I wanted to be able to put them up this year. And then I'm trying to work on some of these Christmas ornaments as I'm going forward too. But yeah. So we'll see.
Well, last weekend, somebody I met at the Grace Notes retreat, her sister lives up here near me. So she had come up to visit her sister, and I was able to go meet up with her and stitch for a little bit, which I thought was kind of cool since my weekend was kind of nuts. But I stitched this one with her. It's Teresa Kogut's Wisdom.
Oh, pretty. I love those flowers. I love that
I
flower.
love the red.
Yeah. It's stitched on Ada. That's why I took this one, because, I didn't know how
Oh.
lighting was going to be or anything like that. And I got Ada I was part of Be Stitch Me's Ada Club for a while to stock up my Ada. Where is it? Oh, there it is. My needles closed it right up. But this is where I'm at.
Oh, that's pretty.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty flower.
It is. Deceptively a lot of stitches in that flower.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
The big
Yeah.
pretty flower.
Yeah. It's a lot of stitches in that there flower, but
Oh, nice. So
yeah,
did you enjoyed working on that?
I did. Of course I enjoy working on just all my projects that I have going now.
Is it 18 count Ada?
It is.
Okay.
And it's in macchiato, so it's a nice, like, neutral thing. But yeah, it
Oh,
was
fun.
it was fun. I got to sit with her, and she's coming back up here for a hobby house retreat next October that has Plum Street and Heartstring Samplery at it.
Oh, nice.
If I had known about it, I would have signed up for it. I've told her she can stay here if she wants because we're real close to hobby house. We'll see.
Okay.
It's fun.
Tina, do you have any more?
I have one more, and since
Okay.
you brought up the big red flowers,
Yeah.
my big red
Oh, those
flowers.
are big red flowers.
Yeah.
Sure, look at her.
Oh gosh, she is a beauty.
Isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a beauty.
This is one where I would like to see the whole thing because she's so pretty, but
She is
yeah.
so pretty.
So this flower wasn't finished. So this all here is new.
Wow.
Wow.
But there's still stitches missing in here because this is where the page break is. So I'm like, because I made a photocopy for working copy. And so it's like, I can't match it up very well. I need to make another copy of that section. So I've just been working along the bottom here, just getting all that red in.
I know you guys laugh at me, but I like tape mine so it's like a big giant map and I fold it down.
Yeah, but I think I'm on this until November 11th because
Okay,
that's Remembrance Day.
very good.
It's Veterans Day here, so that's totally perfect.
Yeah.
Who made that kit, Tina?
Oh, it's a Verbico.
I like that one.
I do too.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, it is just beautiful.
You know what I keep thinking of though, whenever I'm looking at it, is like, who let that little girl in there with the weed? All those poppies. Now there's
All
gonna
that
be
poppies.
All those poppy, and we got a weed. Oh my goodness.
I have one more.
I have one more too. You go first, Gail.
Okay, this is a new start. I'm doing, I was enabled by Jill on our Wednesday Zoom group. Not you, not yet. So this is by Scarlet Letter, and it's Elizabeth Squirrel.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because I so admire doing the Peacock Unicorn Badger. I love that one.
Look at the
But
giant flowers.
when she showed this one, I love this.
More giant flowers.
Yeah, I love this giant flowers.
Yep.
And I like that this had the squirrel and the rabbit.
Mhm.
What I also liked, and I do not know who it was, but she saw where you did not do the background. This 611, I think it is, background. You don't fill that in.
No.
Do it on, and I'm doing it on 18 count jalapeno by Fiber on a Whim.
Oh gosh, that's gonna look so good, Kate.
Wow.
Of course, we knew it would by looking at the picture we found on Instagram,
Yes.
but that looks really good.
I mean, when
Yeah.
I stitched that
Super
outline
good.
of the brown on here, I mean, brown is brown, you know what I mean? But it was so beautiful against this. It was so much fun to stitch that. And I really like doing this because like you said, I could take and do the outline
And then just
and
fill
then
it.
start filling in. And
Yeah.
then you could see where I was like, okay, well, I've done two lengths of this color. I'm going to do a little more outline and I can go back and fill in.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm moving along. I'm moving
Yes.
along and still backtracking, but it's so fun to go back and forth on that.
Yeah.
I really like this kind of thing.
I think it's
That's
so
how I
fun.
approach backstitching.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Mm-hmm.
I would do whatever, and then I would go back and backstitch as much as I can. Because when I first learned how to cross stitch, they would say leave the backstitching to the end, and it's like that's a lot of backstitching, and you get burned out.
Yeah, no, ma'am. No,
No.
as I go, you're gonna see it on the piece I'm gonna show too, because I do it as I go, as I can.
Mhm.
Once I get all the stitches filled in an area, if it has
Mhm.
back stitching, I will do as much as I can right to the outside of the stitch edge. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't go
Well,
far enough where I'm in where there's no stitches. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah. Yeah.
and especially on something like a Mirabilia, I was like right away, I'm doing the back stitching as I go because I want to see her face. I want to see the outline. I want to see her arms. I want to see all that
yep.
as I'm going.
I do the same on my mirrors. I do the faces and
That way I can just
Dimensions
keep on going
especially.
down.
dimensions, especially. I agree with you, Tina, because that's what I've got. I've got enchanted ornaments.
Oh, I
Mhm.
love this one. This is like one of my favorites.
I absolutely love this one, but you're gonna see. I really need something to go behind. Hold on. Every time we do this. But see how I backstitched in the houses here. And
Mm-hmm.
I've got this all filled in now. So as soon as I get to the top of this bobble, I'm gonna backstitch all that stuff in there.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't.
do
I
not
would.
leave it to the end on especially on dimensions, because
I agree.
I did that with the Lost No More and I regretted it. Because it's really hard. And everybody that doesn't like to hear that I don't unpick mistakes, do you know what I mean? They can tune out now. But if you've made a mistake in there and you go to try to backstitch and you don't remember, do you know what I mean? It is hard to figure that out. So I found that backstitching that piece was extremely stressful to me.
Right.
I
Mhm.
should have been backstitching as I went, and then I could have dealt with any of that stuff as I went,
Right.
which I feel
Right.
like would have been much less stressful.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, you're right.
And I actually did end up picking out some backstitching on that piece and redoing. Because you know, when you're close to something, you're trying to figure out what looks best, but then when you hold it up,
Mm-hmm.
it looks different and you're like, oh, no, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work. And so, I just have learned, and then I watched, who was I watching? Oh, I think it was Colette the Highway Stitcher, specifically with this stocking, and she was back stitching as she went, and I was like, yeah, that's what I gotta do. That's
Mhm.
I'm not a huge fan of back stitching to begin with. I don't mind it, but it's not my fave.
Right.
So to leave it all to the end, that would be like, now I gotta back stitch the darn thing.
See, and I don't think I would enjoy doing my first memorabilia doing it that way.
Mm-mm.
I enjoy doing it all,
See, but
completing as I go
memorabilia
down.
doesn't have a whole lot of backstitch.
Mm. Not
Mine
compared
does.
to
Usually the
Sophia.
face and the arms.
Yeah, not
Well,
compared
I've
to
got all
Sophia.
those all those branches.
Oh,
Okay.
you might have more there.
Right.
Compared
Yeah,
to a
there's some branches and some stuff like that, but there's some
yeah,
backstitching in that one.
but
Yeah. I mean,
dimensions
that
are
one there has a lot of backstitching, but that's because of it's the
Mhm.
Oh,
spider
I
web
love that
and
one too. That
tendrils.
one is a beauty. Yeah.
Yeah, dimensions are no joke though.
Mhm.
Dimensions are not for the faint of heart. If you do not like backstitching, you should be backstitching as you go, because not only is there backstitching, there's backstitching in different colors. There's
Different count of
different counts
strands.
of strands, different it's just, it's a thing.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely have to be doing that as I go.
Yeah, so yeah, it's funny because I pulled the stocking out and I kind of want to work on that now, but I have other plans for today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing that. I've been keeping everything up there next to my stitching chair, and I just pull out what I want. That's
Yeah.
it.
Everything's all around here and I just,
Do you have more, Tina?
No, I don't have any more.
Mm.
I'm done.
Well, I'm glad we did this because I haven't done
Me
one
too.
in a while, and I really needed to do one.
Well, thank you, because I am doing it this way. It's been good for me as well. I just have not had it in me to
No, I know.
do one.
Sometimes you sit there and it's like, don't want to do this. And
Yeah,
then you walk away.
I will tell you that a couple of times I have had everything ready to go and just have decided I just didn't want to,
Hmm.
and I'm like,
I
there's
really like
life for that.
doing it with others. I think that format is so nice.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
it eases it up a little bit.
Yeah,
It's not all on me and I have to think of something every second of the filming
Right.
or videoing or
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's easier to have conversation than to talk at a camera.
Mhm. I do.
Yeah. Because then
Yeah.
you blank and then it's like, what was that? Oh, I can't remember now. I'm telling a
But
story and I
having
go
somebody
way
else
off
that can
track.
help you remember is so great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's nice that a lot of our pieces bounce off each other, big flowers
Yeah, we
and
had a
trees.
good little flow this time. That was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
Um, we'll see. We're gonna try to do this again. It probably for me will not be done until the beginning of the year, another joint one. Because I don't honestly, I don't know
Yeah.
if I'll put another one up again until the beginning of the year. My schedule
Right.
gets really nuts now. So
And I might do in between Christmas and New Year, I might do because I need to go through them again, is a whip parade.
oh
Right.
yeah.
I might do a whip parade between
That
Christmas
might
and
be my
New Year.
next one, is a whip parade.
And then that might help me get bounce back into things. But yeah.
I also have a ton of knitting because knitting has been more of a work thing as of late. So I've got a lot. So I probably do need to do another video and talk about my knitting, but
Well, I've been busy crocheting pot holders because I'm giving those as Christmas gifts. So, like you said, I've been working on things that are going to be for Christmas gifts and that kind of thing. And I got back into hand quilting.
mm.
Ah,
Yeah, my fingers are sore, but
So
yeah.
Tina, you have a part coming for your sewing machine.
yes, I do.
That'll get fixed soon.
Yeah, this last part took 2 weeks to get here, so in 2 weeks I'll be able. I mean, I can use it.
Mhm.
I took a nail file and I filed that burned down, but it's not 100%. So I think
Okay.
there might be more to just that little notch.
Mhm.
You know, because
Okay.
now I filed it. Now maybe it's just not sitting in there nicely.
Right. Right.
It's like, well, I might be able to get that quilt finished, which is buried. But so I went to the fabric store yesterday. She was actually open, and picked up some fabrics for some project bags and
Oh,
some
good.
grind guards and the quilt batting for that quilt. And then I get home and I realized I didn't buy muslin or anything for the backing.
Oh.
I'll go buy a sheet. I was thinking about using a sheet that I had, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah,
stashed
I think
away.
you mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Oh,
I might have thrown it away. Who knows? But maybe a
if it
nice
was in
flannel
my
sheet.
house, it would be used as a paint drop cloth.
I know, seriously. Here too.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess we should end the recording part of this
Yeah.
anyway. So thank you everybody for joining us. We
Thank you.
appreciate the support. All three of us do, I know, because this is a crew that gets together usually every Sunday. Two of us overslept this morning. Tina was on board, but the rest of us but we get together every week and we talk about our stitching and our floss tubes and the community. And so I know I speak for all of us when I say we appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Give us a like, a thumbs up. It helps make us feel better about getting together and doing this all the time. And happy stitching. Enjoy your
And if you see us on one of the other channels, go and check each other
Go
out.
check
'Cause
each other
we
out.
got other videos.
I will go so far as to say if you're subscribed to one, you should be subscribed to all.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so too.
I think so too. I think we're pretty great to watch, but
And then you'll get some of the things that we're talking about.
yes, because we do have a lot of things that we talk about. It's just an extension of our Sunday morning stitch time.
Yeah, this is an extension.
Also,
Yeah.
also, I want to say if you like this format,
Let
please
us know.
put a comment below in
Yeah.
one of our floss tubes, because this will go up on all three of our channels.
Mhm.
If you like this format, if you like this conversational format, then by all means, let us know that, because
Mhm.
like we said, this is a little easier for us than the one-on-one camera kind of thing. So we might be able to pull this off a little more often
Yeah.
if that's something you guys like. So let us know that.
Yeah.
For me, unless that happens, probably my next one's going to be a whip parade.
Yeah, as I said, it'll probably be a whip parade. I just got to get through all the holidays.
And if you're really interested in following me through the busy season, I tend to ramp up my Instagram postings when I get too busy to do a floss tube. So I think you can find us all over on Instagram
Yeah.
as our channel names. So
I should start posting somewhere. Maybe I'll try and do that some more. Like you said, this.
Instagram.
Yeah, some more Instagram pictures.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you have any input for how you'd like to see us in the future, put that down there. Any positive comment is welcome in our comments. Negative comments on my channel will be deleted.
Mine too.
as well.
We won't tolerate any of that. So we do us, and if you don't agree, then by all means, there's plenty of others to watch out there. So don't worry about it.
You can put a thumbs down, then you won't see us again.
Then you won't see us again anyway. So there you go. But if you like the crazy and you like this format, please let us know. And everybody have a great day. And
Yes.
we're going to keep chatting on.
And if we don't see you
Bye to
before,
all of
happy
you.
holidays.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.